you're a guide of I was here and now I'm there. Yes, it's recording. I don't know who has the recording. I think it's Juan, but it's working. Was that Ashley you got it recording? Okay, all right, so it's recording. Chris, can you text Juan? Okay, Juan's on. Perfect. Ashley, you tell us later how you did that, and thank God for all of you guys just for being patient and for both of you trying. I appreciate it. I don't know what Ashley did. She's making the monkey face.
It was Juan, not Ashley.
I didn't do anything.
Well, regardless, I love you both, and I'm just so thankful for you. Okay, so we actually have, I believe it's 3 people, if not more, and it's funny that they're all men that are going to talk tonight, and I was like, dang, maybe we should make this a dude call, and I'm like, let's just let it happen when it's going to happen. But let me just give you guys a few updates, and then I zip it so we can have them take the floor. First and foremost, this came up several times. I have a giant calendar in front of me to know what's coming up throughout the month. Even Beachbody kind of throws us stuff at the last minute, but if we know as powerhouses what groups are we supposed to be in and what happens in each group, and if you guys can just mute your everything, that would be amazing. Top, I guess if you hit the top, whatever it is, just hit mute because I don't have that ability. Thank you. If we can just be aware of where are we supposed to be at. And Mel asked a very good question. He goes, so which groups am I supposed to be in? And I said, everybody, I want you to take this down, especially if you get a little confused. If you read the titles, and I understand how it's confusing, trust me. If you read the titles, Game Changer for Coaches, that is something you check in every day to move this business forward and rally with your powerhouses. Then you're going to have, whatever your free 21-day challenge group is. The one that I'm in happens to be called August Powerhouse Challenge Group. So yes, it's also titled Powerhouse, but it says Challenge Group. So those are your 2 things that you should be checking in, right? Your Game Changer Coaches Challenge Group. Then something that a lot of us have done also is we've created paid groups. And I'll get to that in 1 minute. But Ashley had named our group the Powerhouse Module Mania. That's your Coach Basics training. If you were wise enough to get into Coach Basics, that is that group. And yes, you should be checking in every single day as well and completing the modules in there and doing the assignments. That's 3 groups you may be checking into. I don't think that's a lot, especially if you time yourself and say, let me scroll for 5-10 minutes, here and there. I had recently opened up Powerhouse University, and you have to forgive me for that title. I threw it together. It's the teacher in me wanting to teach people how to be a powerhouse. It's a paid challenge group. I give access to all of my active coaches to get in there and to really just be developing your soul and your fitness journey. That's it. No talk of business, no nothing. So forgive me that it's called Powerhouse University. I get it. It's kind of like a Coach Basics, but that's a paid challenge group for coaches and challengers. So again, Game Changer is for coaches. Challenge groups are for challengers. Powerhouse University is for anybody who's bought a challenge pack. And Module Mania is Coach Basics. So we'll tighten that ship up just a little bit. I appreciate you guys for your patience and understanding. Yes, I know it's confusing, but again, if we create that habit of making lists and writing down what you have to do, every single week I write down the 5 groups that I have to check in. So I encourage you to do that. I see a lot of people, we're on social media, we're supporting each other. That's great. However, make sure you get done what you need to get done, because scrolling Facebook aimlessly is not helping you figure out what you have to do, but finding out what you need to do and making a list of it, wherever you put it, wherever your business hours are in your office are, that's there. Boom, I'm done with that. Teacher's over. Last but not least, Health Bet is coming up. You guys are all working out. You're all drinking Shakeology or the Performance Line. You might as well get paid for it. Okay? I have started a group in Game Changer Coach page. Drop your email if you want to be in my group, or start your own group. I'm encouraging you to do that. Yet if you're feeling overwhelmed, I want 5 coaches in my group. And I think there are a few in there that already said, I'll obviously take more, but I am encouraging you to do your own. But by all means, you can come in with me. And Candace put a video on the requirements. You have to have purchased a challenge pack to get into HealthBet. Yes, Ashley?
All right. Is that like, when could they have purchased a challenge pack like 9 million years ago and they still have Shakeology HD and they're okay with it? Or it has to be like in the month of August they purchased a challenge pack?
You can add them any month. I think so, right? I mean, that's what I'm doing because I'm a coach. I bought it however long ago. So I think that's all they really want is to have people on the Shakeology. And that's my thing. You'll hear me in Powerhouse University if you're in it or you want to be in it. All we're doing, there's no points. It's just post your stuff. And then I go live with things that are a little bit deeper about personal development, about growing you. I have a lot of coaches that are in between working the business and just doing health and fitness, and boom, that's where they fall. Right there on that physical/spiritual mental journey. Build yourself up. Come into Powerhouse University. As long as you're active, you're welcome. And that's what I talk about. We're building that habit of what do you put into your body? And that Shakeology is key, guys. It's key. So HealthBet, make sure you're getting in there. I'm putting a deadline of a challenge pack purchase of August 26th. Why the 26th? Because I look at the calendar, and if I tell them the 26th, they're going to order by the 29th, and they'll get their stuff in time to log their workouts on the 5th. Set a deadline for people who forget and get busy, okay, a few days earlier. Yes, and another thing, if you go into Game Changer, you can always search. If Candace posted about that, or you are resourceful and you find the FAQs, or just ask people, you guys are doing a phenomenal job of posting in Game Changer with coach questions. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's stop there. And then I know we have 3 fine gentlemen. I don't know whoever's going to go first wants to unmute themselves, but please just do that now. And I'm pretty sure our theme tonight that we're talking about, just to kind of help you find your voice and be that guide, is sharing your story of the things that you have overcome while you've been a powerhouse. So I don't want to say too much more because I think they all each have their individual voices, but I don't know if Chris or Landon or Juan is ready to share.
I'll go. Can you hear me?
I can hear somebody. Is that Chris?
Is that me? Yeah, that should be me talking. Yeah. Is anybody hearing me? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hi everybody. I'm Chris Chavala. Also hashtag another fit bartender. Juan's my upline coach, so I kind of played off of him. Just starting with everything, I want to jump into it. Like I was talking with Amanda earlier today, and she wanted me to talk about the things that were difficult for me. I mean, I am a very gregarious person. I'm a bartender, so for me, it's very easy to talk to people. But it's the seeing them constantly during the week that I really found that I needed to work on. It was the getting rid of the fear of, shooting them a message and not getting an answer, and then shooting them another one and waiting for them to, come back and talk to me. I don't know. It was just getting to the fact of sharing my story with them and then watching them come to me. Because, I've got before and after pictures that I've posted a couple times, and every time I post those, I get 13 people who want to talk to me. Now, maybe 2 of them, we talk more than once, so it's a slow process. And when I thought I was going to start this and just jump in and then boom, 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 just sign a coach. And that doesn't always happen. I've been doing this for a year. I've signed 1 coach. But I still love the powerhouse. I still love the challenges. And the challenges I've lost 75 pounds. I put that up online and people go, wait, you did what? I'm like, yeah, 75 pounds. Pick up one of those 75-pound weights and walk around with it. It's hard. All right. So for me, that was a huge accomplishment. A lot of people are like, well, you worked really hard. No, I did hammer and chisel, which is a maximum 45 minutes a day. 45 minutes, that's under an hour in the gym. And I do most of my workouts at home. So I don't even have to go to the gym. So I got over that fact of getting to people with, well, I can't work out. I don't have a gym membership. So I started talking to people like that, and I found out that I really wasn't good connecting with them online as much as I'd like to be. So I started setting up things where I'd meet them in person. I'd come to their house and work out with them. Now, this is more of a gym hosting, and that's a distant business. But what I was trying to do was connect with people. And what I found out over the time was talking to my old friends, talking to people I haven't talked to in 14 years, you know, just saying hi. Just doing that was difficult at first. It was hard to say hello to someone I hadn't talked to since high school. I mean, that's 15 years ago. It's like, whoa, you still alive? Oh, you've got kids. How are your kids doing, you know? And then I found that it became easier and easier to me to talk to those people. And as I started talking to more people, I didn't know exactly where to go with it. So the first thing I did, I called Juan up and I said, Juan, how are you doing it? You know, how does this work for you? And I immediately realized that I have so many people above me to ask help for. I just had to get over asking them for help. Because once I called Amanda up, I've formed 5 new relationships for the last 6 days. And these people are talking to me on a regular basis. These are the people that I want to work with. These people will become coaches if I keep this relationship with them. And that's what I'm starting to realize. That's what I'm overcoming, is the fact that I'm building relationships, not clients. Because I was so used to that. You know, you come into my bar, I order you, I make you a drink, we have a conversation, and after that, you come back in for the same drink. That's not how this works. We have to grow with them. Sorry, got off point, got to get my notebook. All right.
You're doing amazing. I'm texting Amanda right now.
Okay. Yeah, one of the things I wrote down was like, asking for help, it's a strength. It's not a weakness. Like, you look at Harry, you look at Amanda, you look at Ashley, you look at Teresa. I've watched these guys, Dr. Payne, I've watched you guys go from like starting after me, but you put the work in, you've made connections with me, let alone the people that you're actually helping besides that. I mean, I've been watching some of you, like your pictures are just awesome, but it's not even that. It's, this is who I signed. Now they're going Emerald. Like that makes me like get pumped, you know? You want to work harder because you see people who came in after me doing it, and I know that I can do it. So that's really cool. So I love asking them for help or shooting something out on Game Changer. I'm starting to do it more of, hey, this is a post that I want to put out there. And then I'm going to put it in Game Changer before it hits my line or my wall and see how that works. I downloaded Snapchat. I haven't used it yet, so we'll get on that later. But I don't know. One thing that I do challenges inside and outside of challenges. Like, I'll shoot something on my actual wall, or I'll put it on Instagram and have people, you know, I'll post up a workout and be like, hey, you do this, you know, like 50 squats, something small, 30-second planks. Like, I think May did one today, which was really awesome. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've been doing those with friends at work just because we get bored. You know, you have some downtime. Like, you always do, but, you know, you have those downtimes, you make those little things. And what I realized is that at first I was trying to be a fitness professional. I'm not a fitness professional. I work out and I follow Beachbody because they're fitness professionals. So I had to realize and take back a step and do me, not do anybody else and whatever they've done. I had to do me. And now that I'm doing me, I'm getting a lot more positive results. People want to talk to me. I mean,
I flip and look. I love it.
I mean,
right
you
now.
get to like I've started talking to my old friends. Like, you remember, these people are already your friends. They already want to talk to you. So just talk to them. I mean, it's really that easy. And I just thought it was, oh, I got to show them how hard I work out and all this stuff. And that's not what's going to make people respect and want your opinion. Because you go to the gym and you see that guy who's crushing it, you don't want him to walk over and tell you how to do it because you're doing it wrong. That's going to make you feel worse. You want to, you know, maybe approach him one day and say, hey, I see you lifting a lot of weights. How do you do that? You know, that's what we're waiting for. And when that happens, that's when you have to be there with the help. And that's what Amanda got me at. She was like, you know what? Talk to them until they come to you with the question of fitness. Don't go to them. Just talk to them. So, yeah, I mean, really when it comes down to it, those are the things that I really had written down, that I've worked on myself, that I know a lot of people, I've watched it. I've watched people. I had a friend of mine sign up as a coach, and she's no longer a coach anymore because she didn't ask for help. She didn't come to me. She didn't go to Juan. She didn't go to Hera. She didn't go to Amanda. They didn't ask for help, and just asking for help is just so easy, and it helps you so much. I mean, I'm setting up 3-way calls with Amanda and Juan because I want to have the people that I'm talking to talk to them, because I know they know what they're doing. They're professionals at this. I'm working on it.
You're seriously doing awesome, Chris, and I would like to extend myself to you as well, that if you would like to be on a three-way with me and get somebody on a three-way with me as well, I will make myself available for you. Because your passion has me like lit right now.
I mean, yeah, and that's what I love about this, is that I get pumped when I talk about this. When I sit down with somebody, I get so excited that I forget what I need to be telling them sometimes. That's why I want to do the three-way calls, because I'm so excited. Hello.
Somebody who's got a 1-800 thing going on, mute themselves, porfa, please.
Yeah, it's just.
I have a lot of comments, actually, Chris, to say about a lot of things that you said, because that was like a flippin' Tony Robbins speech right there. I want to also make sure that there's time for Landon, if he's still on, and then Juan, I believe. But I would love to hear from Landon as well, because I know, and then if we can get questions going, quite possibly. I don't see Landon right now, but Landon,
I'm right here.
You're there and you can unmute yourself. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know that you're having like a really powerful moment. So Chris, thank you for that. And I want to leave space for anybody for questions for Chris as well, or connect with him outside. But Landon, I would love to hear from you as well, because I know that you're hitting some major milestones too, I hear.
Yeah, this past week has really been huge breakthrough for me. Really finally realized, like, don't let my fear get in the way. And for the last 4 months since I've started, I saw starting conversations. I've always been worried about them saying no or not responding. And every time I saw that, I would get down on myself. And that really held me back. And really, with the help of Mike, I've been talking to him the last couple of days and just expressing my gratitude for him, to have him in my life, and how much he's really just helped me these last couple weeks, months really. And he's really forced me out of my comfort zone and helped me grow a ton. And so this is my second time doing this, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking for me.
You're absolutely amazing, and I have to tell you, first and foremost, thank you for putting yourself out there and just expressing what it is, how you're moving forward, because I think it's really, really empowering for the rest of us to see that we all struggle with something. And I can't sit there and say that I try and be a hot mess for you guys, but I try and be as real as I possibly can to let you know we all struggle with something. So that's a really big deal for this team. And not only just to come from like the powerhouses and for you to share that, but especially for it to come from men. Men. And the two things that I heard both of you guys say as well was that eliminating fear.
It's huge.
Eliminating fear.
It's huge. Like, once I started really putting myself out there on Facebook and really being vulnerable, it's really helped me just grow with confidence and start actually just talking to anyone, especially with also doing Body Beast and losing weight. All of it's just really helped me grow all over the place. So it's been huge for me. And it's just been a big breakthrough this last couple of weeks. That's
so awesome. Super duper congratulations. I'll tell you something as well. Both Landon and Chris, their transformations stick out to me. And I always say that if your stuff comes up on my feed, because you guys don't know the notifications that I get all day long and what I see and what I don't see. Like, it's a miracle if I see something. So I always say, like, if your stuff pops out to me, that's a really big deal. That if it gets shown up on my newsfeed with the way the Facebook algorithms are and everything. And what I would like to also prompt, Teresa had asked for it, Dory's asking for it. Guys, I want a collection of all of our before and afters. Let's start putting them in that photo album in Powerhouse. And just like Team Icon is doing, you guys will also, I'll be reaching out to you as well for some talks. Anybody who can mute themselves, please mute themselves. But I'll be reaching out to you guys for some talks and to be able to share these. But I want to start, I don't know what that noise is, if it's in my head or if it's actually happening. If anybody can just mute their phone or whatever they have to mute. There it goes. Okay, perfect. I love it. just sharing these transformation pictures, and doesn't have to be on Tuesday, but Tuesday's a nice way to remember it. But I was just telling Mel as well on his GSR, that fourth vital behavior of recognize, brag and tag on your team. And while we don't have to tag a million bajillion people, you know, I think tagging that one person and giving that one person a shout out to be like, yo, this is what we do. This is what we do. So I have to put my before and after picture in there as well, because my craziest one is Body Beast, where you look at my back and I look like a man. You guys can share that though. If I put it in there, you can share it if you really want it. But I would like us to start sharing each other's transformations and just brag and tag on the team and let people know what we do. You know, Ashley posted a killer before and after today of like a progression picture, and I'm like, what? That hurt? So I love it. I love you guys for sharing so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then my man of the hour, where is Juan? Whose screen says heresy?
that would be me, Hera. I'm Heresies.
I'm on
today.
Let's let the leader over here, the knowledge bomb, kill the call, like kill it, end it. You know whoever gets cut off at the end.
Right. As per tradition, you know.
So it's all yours, baby.
And just hearing you even say that, like knowledge bomb, I'll tell you. First of all, hey everybody. But for me, I think a lot of you that was with us during our summit, our retreat, I couldn't tell how my energy was going, because honestly, walking around the whole time was like walking, like emotionally, it was like a kaleidoscope. There were sensations and scintillating things all over the place, because of what I realized after I got back and really thought about it, that was a major moment of transformation for me, for within. A lot of the things, and here's my Beachbody story to go with that. Over these last couple of years, I learned that a lot of things that have to do with Beachbody come from so many other different places that we learn from. I'm looking at the 4 vital behaviors, being a product of the product. It ain't just Shakeology. It ain't just the workouts. We're a product of Beachbody's principles and how they set out to do things as far as this company. What I mean is, Beachbody says, learn these books. This is personal development. That's being a product of the product. And just doing that in itself allows you to not only grow, but invite people to do that. So long story short, piggybacking off what Chris said, that is essentially doing you. And once you're in that way of recognizing what it is you want for yourself as far as goals, drive, purpose, everything, you're able to share that with anyone that comes in contact with you, and it not just necessarily verbal. You create that energy, that tribe, that drive within yourself, and it allows you to be able to share it with others just by being you. One of my weaknesses, I always say, is organization, and I am the worst. You think Hera's a mess? Nah. I invite anybody to come into the day in the life of the Fit Bartender. It is controlled chaos, but it's like that because there are so many different sides of me. There's discipline Juan, there's fun Juan, there's bartender Juan, there's Beachbody Juan, there's trainer Juan, there's 5-year-old Juan, there's 12. There are all these different aspects that we have within ourselves that a lot of us don't really actually get to know. And this kind of a segue into reaching out to people, talking to them. If you can do that within yourself, I promise you'll be able to do it without. Because that's one of the things I did. Hey, why are you feeling like this? What's wrong? Because here I am with all of this Beachbody information in front of me, and I just can't seem to click it to make it work to the next level. So then I get down on myself and, oh my gosh, I'm horrible. I feel like I'm letting down a team. If I go to Summit, are they going to feel my weird energy because I don't feel right? I'm not in this place. Just all kinds of stuff. And that's okay. That is okay. You know why? Because it is just okay. And so once you notice that though, what I did, I just dove right in. Sometimes the best way out is to go further in. And that's what I did. And it started happening at Summit. Like, why am I feeling like this? What is it that I need to understand? Let me peel back some more of these layers like an onion to see what's really going on. And you know what really started it? What started it was simply writing. I heard somebody say earlier, I think Hera or Chris, were about writing things down. I used to have a problem with that. And it's part of an occupational hazard because as a young bartender, I could remember everything. I didn't pen, get that out of here. What do you have? Boom, 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 boom. I got you. It's great. It was great at the time. It's awesome. But it sure diminished my note-taking skills, I'll tell you that much. But here's the thing. You've probably seen a picture of my dining room table or whatnot. There is stuff all over the place, from Bluetooth speakers, pens, markers, colors, everything, and 80,000 sticky notes all over the place. And that's okay, because what I did was I anchored it, any idea, any thought, I anchored it into this realm, into this plane of existence by writing it down. And a lot of stuff that I started writing down started organizing itself. And then that led me to taking action steps to get to that next goal. And so, for the sake of Goldberg, Juan, make sure you mention some action steps. I want people taking actions. So from the worst of us, as I feel, the best action step you can do, and I started doing it, I literally went back to basics. Looking at those 4 vital behaviors, and anything that comes to mind, writing it down. I'm going to talk to whoever today. I'm going to go out and say hi to the neighbor today. It doesn't matter how big or small, write it down. Because the more you do write it down, the better you get with organization, and the better your ideas form more clearly in your mind, so that when you go out and when you speak to people, or when you invite them to anything, you can say it with confidence and actually a little bit of giddy up and joy. It's got to be working, because everybody that I've messaged on Facebook, just a, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, except, and then there's a 3 long, page paragraph about what's going on in their life. Another point Chris made is the asking for help. And it's not just going to help the person who asked, but when Chris asks me for help, it helps me, because now I feel like, wow, Chris is still here. He's with me, or, he needs my help. So now I got to up the game, and let's see how I can do my best to help him. And what that does is takes your attention off self for a moment, so that you can give that energy to someone else to serve them. How may I be of service? The go-giver. And that's essentially it. So I'll keep it simple. Action steps, write stuff down, ask for help, and help. Any questions?
Yeah, guys, utilize this time for sure to ask questions or anything, Now is the time. You're here with us. So think about your questions while I thank Juan for that. And mic drop. Mic drop. Think about some stuff that you have going on right now in your business, because I do. What I've gotten here, I hear what Juan was saying.